experience, and I'm just wondering what the world's coming to. So I'm Catherine. They call me Catherine the therapist, and I've been working with a large population. It's a school district for quite a while. Um, and an incident happened yesterday with somebody that works in my same field that we're trying to incorporate a little bit more mental health, but actually some therapeutic interventions within a population of districts. I mean, that's becoming a national thing where they're relying on some support from the outside. But what was interesting is I have spent decades, almost a decade, a little longer than a decade in this district, from mentoring to volunteering to even being a parent of my own children. And I would think that in our genre that we're trying to increase affirmations and positive regard. That's what we coach. That's what we do. And I sporadically do things random with no ulterior motives. Just I want to express heartfelt, soul-felt, unconditional um, alliance, support, affirmations, positive regard. That's what PBIS is, and that's been a framework for a long time. But that is positive behavior intervention support, and that's kind of how it was. And so we go off and we go through our meetings sometimes, and I'm in several schools, so randomly I'll just send off little notes. Hey, I saw this and da, 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 and I thought that you were, doing a fabulous job. Keep up the good work. Just know that you are being noticed for your positive attitude and your job well done. And please, I'm writing this anonymous because I don't want to thank you from you. I just want you to know that I saw you. And I don't want the reward because then that would be more of an ulterior, like I'm looking for myself to get a gratification. So it's self-serving, and I don't want it to be self-serving. I want it to be unconditional, no requirements. I'm not asking anything back from you. Just pass it forward, because once you start making other people feel good about themselves, that they're noticed for being, perseverance, being resilient, being this positive reflection in the school districts or with our children or with other people, then you're going to eventually start doing that to everyone. I would hope. That's what I'm hoping. And I had seen a lot of that going on, and it was gobsmacking to me again. Is I have done this years ago, and I would just randomly 15 cards, and I just throw them, write them out to specific, but I'd have to be specific. So I would choose certain ones and I'd write them, and then I would slide them under their doors, because I would want it to be specific, because then if not, it's just like a template, like anything else. Oh, well, we we appreciate you. Yeah. And then I would like you to tell me how. Because then if you tell me you appreciate me and then you could tell me how, then you actually are meaning me. And it's not just a template statement. Oh, I appreciate you. You're good. Right? Because that is superficial. So I want to make it very isolated and specific. Um, so I wrote a whole bunch, and I did it years ago, and the same person made the same response um, that they did 3 years ago. And I thought, well, have we come anywhere? So I said that I had did it, and then I wrote the card saying, I see you. And instantly this person said, oh my God, you're like stalking. What, they're going to think that everybody's stalking. And at that moment I stopped and I said, have we not come anywhere? To automatically assume somebody saying, hey, I saw you, they automatically go to the negative, like, oh my God, that can't be. You're going to get out to get me. Just because somebody's looked at you and they mentioned they saw you and you don't want to read any further into that, I would assume adults, either other people would want to read more than the first three words. I saw you interacting with. That's kind of where the sentences were going, which doesn't mean stalker, but it's interesting that people in my field still go to that mojo, that guru to what they call it, dura guru or something like that. They instantly turn to, well, no, there's no way. They're going to assume that you're out to get them. Why do we have to go negative? If we've been in a district for so long and we're trying to increase affirmations, why don't we increase it by giving unconditional compliments with no ulterior motive, not even negative ones? And if I've been working in these areas for long enough, they pretty much have gotten random to get them used to it. The problem I think our society has is you've gotten uncomfortable with unconditional and you assume that nobody gives you a compliment without an ulterior motive. And so never, ever are we going to increase love, unconditional love, if you're always thinking somebody's going to out to get you. And if people are working in my field that actually are doing that, and that is the first thought that they think, they're the ones who are giving therapy to your kids. That's countertransference. It's concerning because if we are not doing anything and we haven't made changes like that in 3 years, maybe our parents should start giving us unconditional love without ulterior motives, without payback, without a stipulation, without criteria. Hey, I'll love you only if you do this. I'll watch you only if I'm stalking you and looking for everything that you do wrong. Instead of, hey, I saw you and I saw what you did with that person. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I'm not going to stop giving compliments. I feel sorry and it hurts my heart to hear that people that are still like this, that you actually don't believe that there is actual people out there that are actually looking at you for genuineness, and they care. They're going to give you an unconditional compliment with no criteria, no malice, and you're the one who's losing out on it because you could take it or you not, because I'm not stopping. And mine come with no criteria. You don't owe me anything. I just want you to feel your heart. You owe yourself.